Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Ultimate Bucket List, and on today's show, I'm here at Rosslyn Chapel, trying to find out if this really is the home of the Holy Grail. Let's see if Dan Brown and Tom Hanks was right. Rosslyn Chapel. This little famous chapel just outside of Edinburgh is supposedly home to the Holy Grail, and was popularised by Dan Brown's book The DaVinci Code, and obviously the film of the same name. But is it actually? Well, I'm driving to Edinburgh to find out. When you come across the chapel, you probably won't think that this is anything special. In fact, you'll probably think that this looks like pretty much every other church in the country. Even when you walk around it, you'll think, well, what's so special about this place? It's only when you step inside that the answer becomes immediately obvious, because this chapel is home to some of the most amazing stone carvings that you'll see in your entire life. Literally everything that you see here is hand carved in stone, and is several hundred years old. It's absolutely staggering the amount of detail that's in this place. It's literally all wall-to-wall, floor-to-ceiling, covered in carvings. And all of these carvings have either some historical meaning or some symbolic meaning. Take your time to actually have a walk and check out these statues. Now, once you go in, you get a little bit of a history lesson about the chapel. And this is also the point where they tell you that you can't film or photograph anything. They say it's for health and safety reasons, but in all reality, it's basically to stop people like me cashing in. But whilst you're here, have a look around anyway. As you can see from this hidden video footage that I've taken on the fly, this place isn't the biggest chapel that you'll ever come across. In fact, it's pretty damn small. But considering that it's such a small chapel, it has some of the most amazing carvings, and it has lots of them. Each individual carving tells a story. The most impressive carving has to be this, the Apprentice Pillar. Now, the story behind this is that an apprentice decided to carve this pillar all by himself, and because it was so much better than his master flew into a fit of rage and decided to strike the apprentice dead with a hammer. So yeah, jealous rage. But other than that, this is the most amazing carving that's probably in this place, and the story behind it, pretty good too. Now, even whilst filming on the fly, this place is absolutely stunning, and you can actually see the level of detail that's in these stone carvings. You'll probably get dizzied from just staring at the ceiling all the time, so I kinda guess why these people don't want you to trip up and take photos of this place. I still think that it's a bit of an excuse to not let photographers cash in on stuff like this. Now, according to the films, the Holy Grail is located in the basement of the chapel. I decided to actually try and find the basement, and whilst in the film it looks like this, in reality it looks like this. Pretty damn empty, and unfortunately no Holy Grail here to be found. It's still pretty nice basement though, even has its own window. There's lots of stories, speculation and conspiracy theories surrounding this chapel. Things like the Knights Templar, it used to be a Masonic temple, etc. But historians have largely debunked most of these, and unfortunately there's nothing dodgy going on here, even though the carvings are a little bit scary. It's absolutely fine, there's no secret cult that meets here, etc. So don't believe everything that you read in the books or see on movies. These myths are largely perpetuated by poets and artists trying to make things seem a bit more controversial than they actually are. But once you've got past the controversy, head on outside and visit Roslin Glen. Now, it's a glen, obviously, and it's a very nice piece of greenery with a river running through it, and you can also, whilst you're here, visit Roslin Castle, or the remains of Roslin Castle. Apparently, it's haunted as hell, and after walking around it, this is somewhere where I definitely don't want to be hanging around at night. But overall guys, if you are interested in history, culture, or if you are a fan of Dan Brown's books, I highly recommend that you come here once in your life. Okay Ninh, I'm sold. What do I need to do? Well, Rosslyn Chapel is about 20 to 30 minutes drive outside of Edinburgh, and it's fairly easy to find. I highly recommend that you drive here, but I'm pretty sure that there are buses that also go to Rosslyn Chapel. The cost to do the tours? Well, I'll leave the prices on the screen there, but suffice to say that this includes entry into the chapel, and that's basically it. Is there anything else I need to know? Yes, there is no photography or videography allowed. If they catch you, and unfortunately I didn't get caught, but if they do catch you, they politely ask you to leave. And also, there's no Holy Grail here. Really, it was just a figment of Dan Brown's imagination, albeit a very good imagination and quite a good film to boot. If you have enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Comment on the comment section below, and if I get enough suggestions for another bucket list idea, feel free to tweet them at me of course. If I get enough suggestions, I'll go ahead and do that. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.